just for the people who are watching it later via the recorded session, welcome
Yeah.
you all. We are going to have a couple of demos today. So first one is for the iNaturalist app, and then we'll have a session on biodiversity from Chitra ma'am. Over to you, Sorochi. Sorry again.
Okay. So I'll just start with how to upload observations on Android. Just download the app, open it up, finish all the sign up and log in, all of that. Make your account, and then you can just click this button. You will find this opens up. So you can also take a photo here, but I prefer just using the regular camera app, and then all those photos will be saved in your gallery. You can just access them from here. So I think this is more comfortable, and iNat camera isn't that great, so I'd recommend this. So if you pick this, this page will open up. You can select all of your photos, and then you will find this page. Just in some phones, sometimes the date and time doesn't get registered, the location doesn't get registered, so you just have to check for that. Please keep in mind to keep both of these fields completely filled, so that identifiers can identify based on location and date. There's a lot of species which are affected by seasonality. And here you can INAT, they'll use like computer vision to identify to a basic level. So you can just click that and it will give you some suggestions. Here in this image, none of the suggestions were correct. So like if you're not sure, you can just click this button and compare, and if it doesn't look similar, just keep it as spider or jumping spider as I kept here, and then just click the stick button, and it will get uploaded. Yeah. And next up to iPhone. So this is my iPhone, and yeah, again, open the iNaturalist app, finish all the sign up and stuff. Here you'll see this observe option. So just click that and you'll find the photo library. Go there, select your photos, and same thing, same as in Android. You can just check the date and time, location, geo privacy, all of that, and select this, and you can use the AI to identify up to a basic level, and then you can just share the observation, and yeah, it will get uploaded. And after uploading, it will be inside the iNat website where people can identify it and give suggestions further. And are there any camera users here, like professional photographers, that kind of stuff? Anybody? Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess nobody, but I'll still show it. Here, you can just open the website and finish all the login procedures. iNaturalist.org/home. It'll, after logging in, you'll see this link. Here you can just click upload, and you can drag and drop files over here. So I can take my Brachyplex observation, and you'll see this kind of setup. So here in PC, it's much more easier. You can drag and drop a lot of stuff, and then it will just show you the a combined location, date. You can set all of that combined. So that's an option. You can just type it once, all the date and location will be set, and you can choose the genus here. Here also you'll get suggestions. This one is Brachyplex sobrina, and you can just submit observation. And yeah, it will show you when you're not submitting with date and location. So the date was yeah, about here. I'll just keep something random. This isn't an actual memo. Yeah, and you just select your location, say here, and update observation, and submit. Just like that, you can submit here. So any questions? Any questions, guys? Stop the screen share. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. It was good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so maybe we will have like some more discussions after Chitra ma'am's talk, and then at that time again, if anyone has any questions, they can ask. I think Chitra ma'am is also here. Hello, madam. Welcome. Are you ready with your session? Uh,
Are you going to talk now, Ram, and then followed by mine?
No, ma'am. Now your time.
No, yeah. Did you talk
You are
about
waiting
the
for.
CNC? What is it?
I talk very briefly. If you want, I can give like a very short summary again to everyone, and then we can have your presentation. Okay, so as I discussed earlier, also City Nature Challenge is basically a 4 days Bioblitz. So Bioblitz is an event where all the people who love nature, they come together, and anything related to nature we want to accomplish, we can do at that time. So this is one of the citizen scientist projects, which are like citizen centric projects, which are led by and kind of like driven by the citizens. So scientists cannot do the groundwork, all the groundwork, and citizens are play very, very important role in all of these. So you all and we all are the citizen scientists, and what we are trying to accomplish in those 4 days from 28th of April to 1st of May is that in 4 days, just go around your home and try to find plants and flowers and birds and let's say butterflies or whatever animal wildlife you see around you, whatever you like, you love, or you want to know, even if you do not like them, maybe like some lizards or something which you don't find them attractive, you might find interesting things about them. Just click their photos and upload on the iNaturalist app, which is shown by Swarochi. This is very easy using the mobile phone, and you can also take a couple of photos and then upload all of them together via laptop. I personally like the laptop way because it is kind of like I personally like it little more than the app way. So like the most important and like most interesting thing which I found about iNaturalist is that once you upload your observations, you will see the magic of the community on iNaturalist app within couple of minutes. You will see a lot of people discussing about the observations which you uploaded. They will suggest what is the which species this is, and people will suggest based on different things, as we were talking, like the time and all. And on the app you will also like you can see the artificial intelligence giving suggestions. So that is also another important thing. And once you know the exact species, that okay, this is the bird species or this is the butterfly species, what it is, you can click there and you can read about that thing, and interesting things might come in front of you, like after knowing about them. So that's basically it about City Nature Challenge. And especially for our Hyderabad participants, we what we're planning is that any observations which were made by you in those 4 days, you can upload in those 4 days from 27th till 1st of May. Sorry, 28th till 1st of May. You can also upload them after 1st of May, like in next 2-3 days. From 2nd till 7th is the time when the IDing will be done, and on 8th the results will be announced. So even if you are not able to upload, let's say on 1st itself, the last day, you can also upload on the next day, something like that. And for now, we have set the reason inside ORR. So any observations which you have made inside the ORR, the outer ring road of Hyderabad, and you upload, which was taken between 28th and 1st, will be counted against it. There is a project on iNaturalist app where you can go and see the live leaders board, how many observations were uploaded by people from this area and between these days, how many users were active, how many species were identified during this time. And very special thing for all of you, the top observers and the top species observers will be, kind of like, will be getting some surprise gift from WWF. So that's something separate. And all of you will be getting certificates for your contributions for the City Nature Challenge. So this is basic about it. And then to, raise some more curiosities, we have Chitra Mam with us. So she will share information about little more about biodiversity and these things. So, people who are new to this, or even people who know about it a little bit, I'm sure we will learn a lot from your session. And after the session, we can have a Q&A round where anyone who has any doubt will clarify them. Over to you, Chitra Mam.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you so much for that. So can I start sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see my slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So good evening, everybody. And I have to say that this is the least prepared presentation I've had so far, because I got very less time. But still, what I would like to approach in this talk is that I would like to tell you where you can look for things and how you can contribute. Because we are all, everybody are not scientists. So I will come to that. And from the citizen's perspective, how we can view biodiversity. This is what I'm going to talk today. So I don't know whether Ram talked about this. In CNC challenge so far, India has got a very less participation. In 2021, I think from Uttarakhand, they had some very good participation from one city. And then in 2022, we had from Thane district in Maharashtra. This is the first time we have 25 cities across the country which are participating in CNC. So, this has not happened so far in Hyderabad at all. So I would like that all of us put Hyderabad on the map. So this is our objective from this City Nature Challenge, which aims to record biodiversity in an urban landscape. It's an urban landscape, not going to forest or anything, just around you. Okay. So what is citizen science? Basically, what is it we are talking about? So we are all actually not lab-coated researchers working in laboratories. Many of us, but are very interested in the natural world around us. Sometimes we have questions, what is this? What is that? We even see WhatsApp videos following and some things very wrongly being perpetuated in the WhatsApp as this is very threatening, this is very poisonous, and is it real? So many people have questions. So this is one way, you know, of getting onto the learning platform of learning the biodiversity around you, the City Nature Challenge. So I am going to talk very basic. There may be people here who have very good knowledge on whatever is being talked about, and I may not be going in depth into any of the things because I am trying to do a very overall thing. And in case if people are more interested, then I can take a particular group and go into it in detail. Okay, that is what I'm going to do today. So what can you record in this biodiversity challenge? What can you record? Anything living, almost all living things, plants, animals, fungi, even microorganisms. Some people are very interested in diseases of plants. So that comes under microorganisms, and all this can be recorded under this City Nature Challenge. Where can you do this kind of recording? It can be in your home garden. It can be just in your balcony garden. It can be in some nearby park. You can go to a college or university campus nearby you. Or you can also do it in and around small water bodies, maybe all those kuntas you see close by, around which small walking paths are maintained. Or even you can go to bigger water bodies like Himayat Sagar, Usman Sagar, Aminpur Lake, etc. if you're close by it. And so these places will have more biodiversity, and you can look for it and you can record it. Okay. So you can also do a recording of uninvited house guests, because many times we get insects, spiders, lizards, anything coming into your house. You can record that also. You can look at the light sources near your apartment, outside your apartment, outside your flat. In these, you will be seeing some moths, butterflies, or dragonflies, or something visiting. So these also you can record and you can post. And how do you record it? I think already they were talking, you don't need any big funda for this. You just need a mobile phone. It could be with zoom lens, without zoom lens, with flash, without flash, whatever. It just has to be a little bit clear, so that when you post it on iNaturalist, there will be other experts who will be contributing to it. When there are two people who will identify and contribute to the identification, your observation will become research grade. So as a citizen scientist, you don't have to do anything except take a picture and post it, either as animalia or planta or even unknown, and people will be able to identify that, and you will also learn from it. Please, actually, here I would like to add to what Swarochi said. You go back to your dashboard when you go to it, and you look at what is being written on your observation. Somebody may identify it. Somebody may be giving comments. Somebody may try to contact you over the observation because it may be rare. So you should go back to your dashboard to see what is being talked about in your observation. It's not that you've taken photo, you have posted it, you can forget it. No, please go back. Then that is the learning process you will have. Actually, here, where Swarochi, I would like to point out, is a person who has learned from iNat. He has become an expert on ordinator, and he can identify any number, any ordinator, even a ghost blurry picture you give, he will be able to identify. And he has just passed his 10th. I mean, he has just given his boards. See, that is the nature of iNaturalist. If you have the interest to learn, you will be able to learn on anything around you. So that is what I like to tell all of the people who are participating in this City Nature Challenge. We have a lot of experts in this. I think Kobita is also here in the group. She is awesome with plants and shrubs and anything. And anything, if you tag her, I'm sure she will be able to identify it for you. So that is what this is about. And there is also which was not mentioned, there are some things which you should also not do. Okay, you cannot take pictures of house plants and pets. Okay, you cannot take pictures of zoo, and it's not that you just go to the zoo and every caged animal you can take picture and post. No, that is not allowed. You cannot take greenhouse plants. This is not allowed on the CNC challenge. This is not accepted. So it should be wild. It should be see, you can take a wild dog or a wild cat, which is not a pet, but it is not a house pet you can take a picture of. Okay, and if you have a red-eared slider at home, for example, I have a red-eared slider at home. That is a pet. I can't take a picture from here, but I can take a picture of a red-eared slider in a lake and post, because that is an invasive species and that will become a record. Okay, and this is so how it works, you just have to record observations either by mobile, and either you put it through the desktop or through your mobile application into iNaturalist, and you can tag people if you know experts, or you don't tag, you just leave it. There are other people who will go through the observations and they will help you identify it. Okay, and then you can discuss your findings. In case if you want to learn more, you can just say, no, this is not that, that is not. Generally, I do have these kind of discussions. This does not seem like this seems like this. In this location, in this geographic location, this cannot be found, and stuff like that can be discussed if you are more interested in the scientific part of it. Okay, and then coming to what can you record? So there is a lot of biodiversity around you. It's a very interesting field. If you just open your eyes, you will see thousands of things around you. So under this biodiversity, you can record birds. Some people may have interest in birds. Some people may have interest in mammals. Some people even in frogs, in amphibians, lizards, snakes, crustaceans, millipedes, centipedes. I know some iNaturalists here from Hyderabad who picks up centipedes in their hand, which I would never do. Some think it is creepy crawly, but it is very interesting to some people. So millipedes, centipedes, spiders, plants, mushrooms, and even microbes. I think Swarochi has got a very good interest for plant diseases now, which is caused by microbes. So you can have an interest in anything you want, and you can record anything and post. That is what I would like to focus on this. And in this presentation, what I have tried to do is take whatever has been observed already in and around Hyderabad and is on iNaturalist, and I'm giving that an example, and I'm also going to give you resources from where you can learn about it. Okay, so bird diversity, if you see from Hyderabad, so far 132 species just inside Hyderabad has been recorded. I am sure this is not exhaustive. I'm sure Sriram is also a part of the group now, listening, I think. And I'm sure you're going to add to this list more. I expect that at least you will post around 150 species from Hyderabad in these 4 days. So Sriram, that is your homework, I have to tell you beforehand. So we have this many species just around Hyderabad. And if you go a little further, you have more than that. But within Hyderabad urban landscape, definitely you can come across at least 150 species of birds. Okay, and what are the resources for birding? So online resources, please, if you're interested in learning about birds, then download the Merlin app by Cornell University. You can just browse through the birds, or you can even put photo ID and you can find if you're interested on your own. Then there are books like Salim Ali, Grimet and Inscape, and so many other resources. And offline or real time, you can join Birdbox by Deccan Birders or by Hyderabad Birding Pass. They have either fortnightly or weekly like HBP, and they have a Facebook page for that. And smaller groups, sorry for the spelling, that have a seasoned birder who can help you with the location and how to identify birds in the field. So people who are interested in birding can do this and they can contribute to that. And when you're birding, you will also be doing other kind of observations. So coming to mammal diversity on INAT in Hyderabad, if you see, there are around 19 species recorded. What all comes under this? Actually, very less studies have been done on the bats in and around Hyderabad. You will see a lot of bat species in the night. So if people who are interested in nocturnal observations, if they can go for observing bats, it will be a great contribution in these 4 days. We have a number of bat species. If you note here itself, you can see some 5-6 species from within Hyderabad landscape. You are seeing so many species. Then you have the mongoose, you have the squirrels, you have the lizards. I mean, sorry, not lizard. You have the monkeys, and then you have the domestic dog and the cat. So anything, and rats, and also rats. There are 3-4 species of rats. You have the bandicoot rat. You have the blind rat, and so many others, gerbil rat, so many other species which people have not recorded. If everybody try to contribute, then you will be able to get more species into this. Now, at present, from Hyderabad, only 19 species are recorded. And if you want to look for resources, there is Mammals of India site, and you also have books like Mammals of India by Rohit Chakravarti, and then you have Vivek Menon's book. If you're interested in mammals and you would like to buy. And the online resources is Mammals of India. Okay. Then coming to reptilian diversity, I know a lot of people who are very interested in reptiles, and this will consist of your lizards, your tortoises and turtles, and then chameleons, and then your skinks, and so many other, and snakes, of course. All these comes under the reptile category. And please, I would like to say that all reptiles, all turtles and terrapins, Indian turtles and terrapins are protected by Wildlife Act. Please don't handle them. It is a punishable offense. So you just take photos, be very careful about how you treat the animals. Okay, but if you go to lake bodies, you will definitely find a number of turtles. And pond slider, the third picture here, is actually an invasive, because it is in the through pet trade, it has entered India. It is also called a Singapore slider or red-eared slider, and you can see it in many ponds. There is also people who are interested in knowing how many water bodies have these invasive turtles. So that would also be a very good record when you go to water bodies and record. And you can geckos. There are so many, those lizards at home, which we call, everybody is scared of, chickpili. So there are many species. You have the ones which come in the forest, tokays and termite hill geckos, and so many other species are there. So you just have to go out and find what you're interested in, and you can record. So the online resource for this is, there is Biodiversity portal. Then we also have books for thing, and any iNaturalists themselves, there are big experts who, the minute you post, will get to your observation, and they will confirm your ID, or they will help you identify your reptile. Then coming to the arthropod diversity, which is my group. Actually, I'm an entomologist by profession, but it is applied entomology. It is not the cool entomology which everybody identifies with, of finding new species, recording new species. That is not my job. My job is controlling insect pests of rice. But I have a smattering of knowledge in all the groups of the arthropods. And arthropods as such has got a number of categories. So one is the millipedes and centipedes. And here also we have a number of species, and everybody we think it's a millipede or it's a centipede. But if you go closer, there are a number of species in it, and not much work has been done. So please, if you find anything around you, just record it and post it. You will get it identified. Okay, millipedes and centipedes. And then crustaceans. You would wonder, have you seen crustaceans in under pots? So the second picture here is a sobag, which if you lift a wet pot and if you look underneath, you might find these. These are land crustaceans, and you will find it in your own garden. And then you have the crabs. If you go to water bodies, you will find crabs. So under this category, you have these two main groups. There is the sobags and the crabs, which comes under crustaceans. Some prawns are also there, but then you might have to net it to find what species are there. So I'm not going into that. And then if you consider India as arthropod biodiversity hotspot, India, documents nearly 7% of the global faunal diversity, and only arthropoda, India has 6.13% of the total species. You might think it is only 6%, but you know how many species that is? 60,383 species of the total recorded. So you can imagine any entomologist will not be an expert on all the species. So you will have groups. You within a group there will be more subgroups. So you will have experts under each category. Nobody can identify everything. So but all you have to do is get to iNaturalist if you want to get it identified. You have 60,000 species in India, just in insects, that is in arthropods. They're coming to the very popular group under the arthropoda or insecta, that insects and spiders, is butterflies. Everybody knows butterflies. So you find these colorful fluttering things around you coming to your balcony garden, even your garden space, the gardens around you, and visiting flowers and nectaring through the day, because they are visible through the day. There are exceptions. We have crepuscular butterflies, but most of the butterflies, 90% of them occur during the day. They are active during the day. They are diurnal. So they are very colorful, and so many of the people are very interested in butterflies. So as citizens, you can make a big contribution to the butterfly species seen now. Though April, May is not a very good month for butterfly watching, if this gets you onto the bandwagon, then we have big butterfly week where you can participate, and there are around 72 species just within Hyderabad. You can find 72 species of butterflies. Just imagine. Okay, we have 1,300 species across the country. And just like birds, there are butterflyers who say lifers, and they go to each place, each hotspot to record the butterfly diversity in each of the places. And this is a very interesting group where you can get onto the bandwagon of recording biodiversity around your backyard. Okay, and if you want me to talk further into this, then separately I can give how to identify the different groups of butterflies, but now I cannot go into that at all. You have a number of families in this. The smallest butterfly belonging to the Lycaenidae, and to the biggest butterflies belonging to Papilionidae are in this group. So I cannot go into the details of this too much, but I would like to say that within the urban landscape of Hyderabad, 72 species have already been recorded and posted in iNat. You can go through them. I have the habit of, when I'm visiting new place, to go through the list of butterflies or odonata or insects seen in that region, so that I will be well prepared when I go to a place to look out for some of these species. And another group is the moths, actually. Moths, people are not very interested, but you have to go to butterflies, but moths come to you. So you will see moths just outside your house near the light source in the night, because they come in the night. And how do you differentiate between the moths and the butterflies? One first difference is the wings while they're resting. Again, all these things are general differentiation. There will be exceptions in both cases. And most of the butterflies, they will close their wings while resting, while the moths will keep it open when they're resting. So this is how you can differentiate while resting, how between the moth and the butterfly. And most of the moths are nocturnal, while most of the butterflies are day flying and or diurnal. You have some moths, you will see diurnal moths also, but you would see the difference. Most moths, when you come to color, they are very dull in color, but the day flying moths will look like butterflies. They are very brightly colored. And then the antenna shape. In antenna, if you look for butterfly, it is like very thin with an expanded tip. Whereas if you look at the moth underneath, it will have a big, pectinate, comb-like antennae. Most of them have comb-like antennae. They will have two sides or single side or thicker. So, and most of the moths, are furry and fat. Whereas butterflies are more slim and sleek and less furry than moths. So that is the general appearance. And color, if you, like I told you, moths are generally dull in color. They hide in the daytime under the leaves, and in the night you would see them near the lights. And butterflies are brightly colored, and you can see them mostly near the bright colored flowers. So this is there are more differences, but this is the general difference which I would like to say between moths and butterflies for a citizen, for general basic differences. So if you come to the groups, see, this is a very lesser studied group. Even we have started a moth society for Telangana to study the moth diversity. This because maybe of the colors, and only people who are really interested in insects come to this group for studying. Otherwise, moth diversity is very much neglected, and very less people study this. And a lot of if citizen science initiative is required in this. So if you can record even the teeny weeny, your rice moth, which flies from your food, which is stored for a long time, to the colored, brightly colored, the oleander hawk moth or other hawk moths or underwings, there is a great variety in moths. And it would be great if you all get, for these 4 days at least, go to every light source and look for these actively and post them. It will be great addition to the moth diversity of Hyderabad. Coming to this big group, which I was talking about, WWF has done a lot of work for this ordinator diversity. They have done transect works for the past 3 years. I've been a part of that. If you'd like to learn more, you should be a part of the dragonfly transect walks conducted by WWF, and they take a lake body, and every week or so they visit that place and look for the diversity of damselflies and dragonflies in that region. So this is a beautiful group of insects, and they are very interesting. They have lived from time immemorial. They are the ones which have come from the dinosaur time to our times. So they are very interesting, and they have biomimetic properties because our helicopters are, mimed after these dragonflies. They are very good predators. In the agriculture ecosystem also, they play a very important part. And also they provide the food source for a number of birds. I have also talked earlier about one dragonfly called Pantala flavescens, which is called the global wanderer, which is the longest migrating insect, which recently they have proven. It goes up to Africa from India and comes back catching the monsoon winds. So you should go and learn more about it. And this is a very interesting group. And in order to record this group, you should go towards the water bodies. So they are more prevalent there, or towards rice fields, where you will see a lot of these species. Just, you don't have to know the species, you just have to take a picture and post it. There are people like Swarochi who will identify even the blurred ghost-like insects of ordinator. He's very good at identifying, and we also have other people who can identify this group. So people just look for this group also around your houses. You will see damselflies. The difference between dragonflies and damselflies are very delicate and thin, and there are a lot of same closed wing, open wing, and so many other differences. But for a citizen, if you know that they are very thin and small and more hidden than the dragonflies. But if you look in an urban landscape, you might find more damsels than even dragons. Okay. So there are also other groups. I could not put together all of them. So you can look for bees, wasps, beetles, flies, and also other insects. And then, like I talked earlier, I think we might have another talk on plants too, and mushrooms. So all these biodiversity you can look for and you can contribute. So if you want me to talk on a specific group, then I can talk in detail. But for a generalist group like this, I don't know the what do you call, what is the consistency of the group. I don't know what level the people are. So I have kept it very basic. And if you want, you can shoot questions. I'm ready to answer. So thank you.
Yeah, Thank you very much, ma'am. This was a really interesting session. Farida ma'am, do you want to like add anything from your side to for the audience?
Definitely cannot talk about Chitra, right? Okay. So she has covered, I think, almost all the generas, and it was wonderful. We will definitely do next few, maybe a couple of them. Kobita is here, and then maybe Sri Ram can do a detailed one. We can get Pranay. So there are a lot of these people. What is required? I can see that there are a lot of new, volunteers who have joined, who are going to, make these observations. So be observant and record anything and everything, is what Chitra has already said. And this is, like I said, not going to be the only program that we are going to do, CNC. We will continue this, and hopefully we will continue to document what is in and around Hyderabad, because, in fact, I was discussing with Kobita, who is a wonderful naturalist, and we had a detailed chat on how it is a wrong season for India to for this activity to happen, because so many plants which normally come after monsoons or in monsoons we will not see. So many of the insects we may not see. But this is just, let's just take it as a interesting activity to learn iNet, and then continue it on a regular basis. Maybe we can have another version of this on our own, post monsoon, or just in during monsoon. So this is not the last of the activities, all I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm hoping that all of you are going to be there on the 28th till 1st. We will try to do a few nature trails, and you may want to participate in that. But the idea is not that to bring everybody at one location. The idea is wherever you are, record from there. And that's why we are not organizing big nature trails, or get together in the around this time, because we want you to do it. There are so many different locations, each one of them is own, and that's what we want to document. What are the areas? You may be in the north of Hyderabad, you may be south of Hyderabad, central area. So each area in Hyderabad is very different. So we want you to stay in your area, document from there, and upload the data very systematically on the iNet app. We are all there to help you. Swarochi and Chitra, Kobita, all of us are there to help for identification. If you have any doubt, we'll have this group also, WhatsApp group. But let's try and make all of our efforts. I know that we should not say win the challenge, but at least let us make a very sincere effort to see that. And another thing I would like request all of you is, can you get more people to join for this this CNC initiative? We want more and more. So if you have joined here, try to influence more people, because once you connect with nature, you become an addict. And that's what we want to do. Let's have a nature addiction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So before we take questions, I just wanted to add a couple of points from my side. One is, I think Sri Ram Reddy also asked this question, is that not only live animals, you can also share your observations about, let's say, dead animals, or even signs of animal life around you. So for example, a bird call, or when we go in wild, we also see pug marks and all of these other things. They can also be observed on the iNaturalist app. So as part of City Nature Challenge, if you want to, like, let's say, for example, I had a wasp, like dead wasp at my home. So I just took photos, because for the dead wasp, I can, take photos from multiple angles, and, like the zoomed in photos and everything. You can take that. And there is an option to mark the observation which I have uploaded. It is a dead or alive. And also the gender, like, let's say for the Ozing parakeet, I can easily find whether this is male or female. So something like that. So these are all the options you will be able to see once you upload your observation. So that can be done. So like, bird calls, you can just take the audio recording of the bird calls and you can upload it there. And second thing about wild versus cultivated or captive plants and animals, for this City Nature Challenge, overall, we are allowing everyone to also upload cultivated or captive plants and animals. But you must ensure that you mark it separately as a cultivated or captive plant. But yes, we will strongly recommend if you upload most of the wild ones. But yes, for beginners, if you are just getting started and if you want to try with the cultivated and captive ones, you can do that, but make sure that you are marking it that this is a captivated one. And to give you a little bit more information about it, let's say you planted a tree in your backyard that is a captive one, but the wildlife, or like let's say butterflies and birds which are attracted towards it, they are not considered as cultivated, but they will be considered as wild.
Yeah.
So yes, you can upload their observations, and like everything which comes around that, with this is considered as wild. So yeah, now let's have questions and round session. So anyone who has questions, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask. We can start with Kobita maybe.
Hi. Hi, Chitra. Hi, that was a fabulous presentation. And Ram, thank you for that lovely introduction. I just wanted to ask, you had mentioned that the areas covered should lie within the ORR. Unfortunately, I live outside the ORR.
No, but why inside ORR, Ram? I can't understand this.
Yeah, so actually this is very weird. On iNaturalist, I tried to head Hyderabad, but when I added Hyderabad as a boundary for the city nature challenge, it was taking only a portion of Hyderabad. So I added Rangareddy district. With adding Rangareddy district, this is also taking some areas of Karnataka. So
Ram,
then I was checking with that.
We can add a location manually. We can just add a circle wherever we want.
Yeah,
Do you need help
we
with
should
that?
not say within ORR. That will become a big issue.
Okay. Okay. So I'll let me just finish. So what I was saying is that from our side, we have to provide a location, like an area that what should be the boundary. So I tried my best to set like a certain area around Hyderabad. So this is the best I could reach, like like I think I got help from Sriram, and so he got a camel file of the ORR and he added that. But yes, we can definitely improve that. So maybe Swarochi, you can help and increase that area so that we can set the boundary accordingly.
Okay, great. Okay,
Right?
that's yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, anyone else wants to ask questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask.
Hi, Ram. I just have one question.
So just go through them also.
Ram, can you hear me?
Yes, Ashok sir, yeah, please go.
Yeah. Is there any time restrictions?
So basically, let me just tell you a little bit about how the iNaturalist project works. To give you an answer, any observation which was made by you between 28th, like 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., like whatever, midnight 12, till 1st May midnight is like these 4 days local time frame will be considered for the city nature challenge. And you do not have to upload that observation right at that time. You can also upload it, like let's say on 22nd or on 2nd or 3rd. But yes, the timeline for the city nature challenge is from 28th of May till 1st of 28th of April till 1st of May. So the iNaturalist project, if you will click on the project, you will see the area which I have like marked there, and maybe with the help of Sorochi, we'll be able to increase that area. So we want to include anything in and like around and even a little bit outside the ORR, inside Hyderabad will be considered, and between those time, whatever observations you have made, this will automatically appear there, and this will be considered as part of City Nature Challenge Hyderabad.
Thank you, Ram.
Hi, this is Srinivas. I have a quick question. So when it comes to botanical garden where plants are, they're planted by somebody, so it comes under cultivated, right?
Yes.
So for this particular exercise that we are going to do, what is the value add? Like, do you want us to explore natural biodiversity, or even botanical garden will be okay?
Yeah, so I think from my side, what I think is, number one, there the plants will be marked as cultivated, but the rest of the wildlife, like birds or butterflies or any insects or like animals related this, they will not be considered as cultivated or captivated, so that they will be wild. So you can include them. And if you are taking photos of these cultivated plants also, for example, I was interested to know which flower is this. Now, although this is not wild, I can just take it and I can mark cultivated and captive as, like, I can just check the mark there in the options. So this will not be counted as wild, but this will be considered in City Nature Challenge, and you'll be able to see the ID, like once that's ID, you'll be able to see which flower is this, and other things about that flower. And this is kind of like a value add in certain sense, but yes, the wild ones are considered more useful as far as I understand.
Because
And one more thing, if you go to a botanical garden, if that is the only option available around you, look for pests on those plants rather than just taking photos of those plants, because those pests are wild. And
Right,
some plants
right.
will have like spots and stuff. You can ID those diseases also.
Yeah,
Those are plant diseases, so you can look for them.
sure. And one more thing, see, even in botanical garden, there are plants which are naturally grown there. I mean, they were there since long time. I think
Yeah, that
those
can be
need not
uploaded.
be marked as cultivated, right?
Yeah, anything that is a weed or anything that is wild can be marked as wild. Only if you are sure it's captive or cultivated, you have to mark it.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so basically, like, when it comes to plants, the differentiation exactly, like between wild and not wild is slightly complicated. So I think, like, we can go a little loose on, on this side or that side.
So
And we
all the
can, like,
roadside trees, we will not be able to record, I think. I hope that
okay.
eliminates all of Bangalore's beautiful.
Yeah. I actually asked with the other people at CNC as well, like, what to do about the roadside plants and all, because again, that is slightly confusing thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I think even with Farida Mam also we were talking. So what is your call on this, ma'am? Like,
I don't
what
know.
should be the
Actually, I
definition?
have seen that mangrove, button mangrove, which is planted on roadsides, that has been taken in iNaturalist and nothing was marked on it. So I don't know whether in CNC they will be accepted or not. Because
No,
I'm
the
thinking
thing
of
is
all
a
the
lot.
tababua flowers which are blooming right now. I'm sure people will take pictures of that. So if
Now
it
the
is a
thing is,
native
like,
tree,
so
why
many
not?
people.
I'm thinking if it's a native tree, why not?
Yeah, actually, when it's cultivated, like most people, forget to mark it, and the INAT community, like we can mark separately. IDS can also mark it as captive or cultivated. So if anything is missed out, I'll go through it. Yeah.
Like flame of the forest, I think nobody will have a problem. Palash, I think, is wild. But all
agreed.
our tababua, pink trumpets and yellow golden trumpets are going to be out. I don't think they will be taken in. That is my thing.
Yeah.
But
So I mean,
let us put it in. Let us decide later.
yeah. I mean, yes, that's what we also thought, that we have kept it open and everyone can, put whatever photos you have got, and at least you will get to know about those plants and all once you upload them. It is just that marking them cultivated and captive, that part, if you know, you can do that. Otherwise, the hiding during the hiding, this will be done by the IDs who are putting the IDs. Yeah. Anyone else have any questions? Please feel free to ask.
Yeah, one
Yes,
more
Ram
question.
sir, I have a query. Sir,
Yes.
please go on. Yeah, please. Shrikant sir, go on.
Okay, so I have one more question. So post this period of May 2nd and all, so are we going to keep this project open, so that, because now post monsoons, we'll see a lot of biodiversity, right? So we can, if it's open, we can post it in iNaturalist.
Yeah. So the City Nature Challenge itself will end on 2nd. But right before this ends, we will ensure that we will start another project for Hyderabad, and we'll keep that open forever. I think, Farida Mam, that's a good idea, right?
Guys, also, like, to upload to iNat, you don't really need an event. You can just, if you're interested in observing, just keep observing, because iNat, you don't really need to add to a project, anything like that. You can just.
Yeah.
Ram, there are questions in the chat box. You must take a look at those.
Okay.
I think we have addressed those questions. Most of them like cultivated and botanical garden.
Question
I
one.
think Hari sir have a question to ask. Hari sir?
Yeah, Akbar. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Akbar, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go on.
Hi, everybody. This is Hari Gopal. Hello.
Hi, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We can hear you.
Is there any plan to take any permission for the urban parks and nearby forest patches like Vikarabad and all those things? Because 28 to 1st, there are 3-4 days are there. So we can go one day is to one place and another day to another place like that.
Vikarabad, I don't think comes into the Hyderabad city challenge.
So, Chitra, since we are extending beyond, this is Sri Ram, Chitra. So, yeah, how do we actually, let's say that you're saying that we can go beyond ORR, but what is the limit where we have to stop? Since it is a city challenge, so
In the
what is
map,
the boundary?
it has shown that Vikarabad also.
Yeah, that
So
is the
I
limit.
was I was actually checking the map over here just now. I think like right up to Ramoji Film City is good enough. Just outside the ORR, no?
No, what
Yeah,
is the
I think
limit?
that's
How do we? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that is true.
That needs to be somewhere you need to stop. Let's say that Sangareddy on some side or Narsapur on other side.
But
We have to
Sriram,
decide.
in eBird also, no, in Hyderabad, whatever we upload is different from what we upload from Vikarabad, right? So
Yeah,
we know
Hyderabad
what
is
is
very small,
Hyderabad and
Chitra.
what is not
Yeah.
Hyderabad.
No, Hyderabad is very small, Chitra. So when you look at geographically, Hyderabad is a very small place.
See, actually,
now,
Sriram, it is not about the numbers we are going to increase. It is about within the urban landscape, what kind of biodiversity we have. So we have KBR within the city limits. We have so many lake bodies within the city limits. If we can just get all that biodiversity instead of going to the main biodiversity. I think that will be a great idea, right?
Yeah. So I think since it is HMDA, HMDA has its own map. Let's say, and let's say Greater Hyderabad is also a map which is excluding the, let's say that we have, what is that, shape files for those things. So the only thing we need to decide was what are the limits we are concentrating. Let's say if you're saying that if it is Greater Hyderabad, then it consists of 5-6 constituencies. We have a shape file for that. We can add that. But again, we need to see whether it has some area outside, let's say that ORR. So some limit we need to say. We can agree upon, not an issue, whatever is there, because Hyderabad is very small as per Google. But we know that it went beyond ORR now. But where exactly it stopped
So
is the
what
question.
I feel is, in these 4 days, if we can just focus on some of the hotspots here, like for example, we have, for example, Mainpur, we have Osman Sagar, all these, Sanjeevaya, all these, if we can just focus, I think that would be a great.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, this is Kobita. Maybe I opened up the hornet's nest, but there's a kink in the ORR which happens in the Gandipet area, which is why I asked, because I live there. And now it's very much within HMDA, limits. Narsiki is a municipality. We are no longer a panchayat. So I suppose you take that as even Sriram was saying, consider the region impact. Even Imad Sagar and Osman Sagar fall outside ORR. But maybe you can just demarcate those two and perhaps a little bit of this Gandipet area, if you include that. I think we should be good because it's a pretty large area within ORR. I think it covers a lot of eco regions, like Chitra was saying, the lakes and the little jungles and all of that. So I think we should be good.
Actually, we can draw like a circular region around Hyderabad. So I can actually screen share that. I'm doing that right now. You guys, I'll just keep.
So I think Sodachi, maybe you can, with help of, this is fine.
Really big. That's huge. It's way outside the ORR.
Yeah.
It's up to Chevella.
Yeah. So Surachi, I will add you as well on the on the project. So with help of you and Siddham, you both can decide some area, and then others will be able to see that that area on the project, like the iNaturalist project page, and then you can so that you all are aware that this is the boundary, and I think that should be fine.
Yeah.
Farida ma'am, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I basically just wanted to, this thing is urban parks and all those things also, are we getting inside or in like places like KBR Park or Chilkur or Vanasthalipuram, are we going to go in there also and start documenting? So this is also something which we need to clarify, like, or are we just jaywalking on the road and documenting? So all those things also we should clarify to all the participants.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because
So,
like
I mean-
Narsapur, is Narsapur included?
the question also comes from there, that if we want to get into PPR to document, then we'll have to start getting permissions and stuff like that. All open parks, they get very jittery if we start shooting with cameras and things like that. So there are a lot of those things we don't want any of our volunteers to run into a problem. So we should first have a clarity on whether we are going to go documenting in these gated urban forests, I would say.
So I think like one take from my side or suggestion I have is like, let's keep it very friendly in general. And the idea or a bigger picture if we want to look at it can be to get more people into the iNaturalist community in general, and like getting started with these things. So like instead of having kind of like a little bit stricter on the sides of what should be included or not and where and these things, for now, since this is one of our initial events, maybe we can have these things on a little backside and have the learning and getting people more interested into this thing and getting started to learn on the forefront of the whole activity. And in that spirit, maybe we can just loosen up on these strict things for a little bit. And then once we have a bigger volunteer base and we mature on these things, then maybe we can decide and have these things on a slightly bigger side. For example, in case of boundary as well, when we were talking, like instead of looking at literally what is the definition of urban or not, we should just look how many people who are participating are in which areas they are, and wherever they are, let's just include that area here so that they can also participate in the spirit of having more people joined in and getting to learn from this.
So I don't know, Swarochi or Ram mentioned this. There are no lifers in this. So anything you have seen before also on these 4 days, if you're seeing how many ever times, just post it. Okay. The observations are more important. That will give you a frequency of how more frequent a particular organism or a fauna is in that region. So there are no lifers. Just please post all your observations. See, for example, I am going to take my office farm and I'm going to try to maximize the plants, insects, animals, and everything in it. So I'm going to take that particular patch and I'm going to try to do everything in that. So we can do like that in 2-3 locations. That itself will be a great contribution if each of us can do that. That will be a great contribution.
Yeah, especially for plants at different times when we take photos of these plants, they're considered different. Like, a plant at the age of like 1 month and then 3 months and 5 months, they will be considered different. So don't worry if you are taking some photos now and don't hesitate to take that again during the CNC. If you have taken something earlier, you can take those observations again and upload during the CNC.
I have 2 queries, Ram sir. One is like if I'm walking outside on the road and I saw a tree or a plant, I go to there and I take the photographs, a whole tree and one leaf and flower, fruit and all. So can I upload all those photos into one like this project?
Yes. So basically in this project, when you upload these photos, there is an option that you can combine all of them. So when we are doing it on our mobile phone, you can once you start uploading the observation, you will get an option to upload multiple photos to one observation. And and I think that is a better way of doing, because just one photo of one observation could not be is like having multiple photos for the same observation is much better. So let's say if you're taking a photo of a plant, like take multiple angles and then zoomed in and zoomed out picture, etc. And similarly for like birds, etc. as well. And in case of now, this is where I actually like the desktop version better. That on the web, when you upload these photos, let's say you have taken 4 photos of a plant, and then let's say 2 photos of one butterfly, and then 2 photos of 2 different butterflies. So all of these 7-8 photos you can upload on the desktop, and then you can drag and drop all these 3 photos on top of 1 photo of the plant. So those 4 photos will be considered as one observation. And the other butterfly for which you took 2 photos, just drag 1 photo on the other one. So that will become second observation, and the third one will be the separate one, something like that. So yes, to answer your question, in short, multiple photos of same observation can be uploaded, and I think that is recommended and highly recommended to have multiple photos.
And one more is not a query, but it's a suggestion. Like I have seen most of the volunteers are different backgrounds. There are many students, working professionals, and birders, naturalists. Everyone is here, and most of them are from this discussion, I'm able to understand that most of them are interested to go to nearby park and take the photographs. I think I suggest that like I just wanted to reiterate that like when I observed iNaturalist app, and particularly in this Hyderabad region, I could see most of the observations, the pointers, it will show like the ready patches, right? So it will be nearby parks and lakes and all. So like most of the other geographical area is not yet like observed. So I suggest student groups and working professionals to cover wherever they are, like it could be their home or education and institution. So these students can be like students or working professionals. If they can take those observations and upload. I also observed this whenever we are uploading this photo. That photo when it gets uploaded into iNat, it will show the geographical mark also where it is taken instantly. So that would be like if we can put an open space where not only going to national parks, you can take it anywhere, everywhere, so that we can cover a larger amount of geographic area within Hyderabad. That's my suggestion. And so we can take a decision about this, whether we go to a place, and also we try not to go in group and like most of the people in one place only. We like spread out throughout Hyderabad, wherever we can go, and then take observation. That would be more reliable and seems good for this program.
Good suggestion, Akbar. Very good.
And
In
there's
fact,
one more thing.
right, Chitra, institutional areas,
Yeah,
campuses
very good.
are actually the best.
We have Aparanjani here from FCRI. So that if she can cover with a few people from her place, that will be
Right.
great. So each one, if they can just take a few people from their own institutes and then do it in the institution, it will be very good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's a 4-day activity, so that they can cover multiple places. Not only one day I'm doing this activity, right? So they can go to multiple places. Try not to go like for every park. Try not to choose
So
every
Sunday
park. That's my
30th, we
suggestion.
can host if you want a trail.
Yes, ma'am. We are just planning to host a trial on Saturday and Sunday. So based on timings, we will let you know by next weekend. We can plan for that.
Sunday, I might
is
be
in our
able to join. Saturday, I am doubtful. So Sunday, I might be able to.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Also, one more suggestion. Can you we have a little bit of time now. We can just invite schools for the event. You can like WWF. You guys just write emails to different schools. Maybe some students will participate because it's summer holidays right now.
Yeah,
No?
that is true. Very true.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, like if we encourage the youth in this, it is always they will be more engaged in this. Honestly, I guess. So it's
Yes,
a long
we
term
have
effect is
invited
what I'm
some of the
thinking.
schools and colleges also. There are lots of students in this group already joined. But the problem is when they have try to, I think it may be the reason. So when we are trying to fill this form, there is a age limit. So most of them might be like for that reason only they haven't registered. But some students register for the program. Still, we are approaching schools to send their students like to participate in this program. That we are doing. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Actually, for INAT, the age limit is 13, but even below that, there's a C cap. But I don't think that's even like that much possible right now. So we have to check later for that.
No, the problem is with our People for Planet project website. So there is
okay.
least number of the age limit is 18. So that's
Yeah.
why that they might have like not able to register for that. But we'll ask again to schools and colleges to like register more and more people.
All
You
right.
can encourage as you are doing. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
but
if
like,
someone,
yeah, when I do it, no, it's like not many people come. Like when it's from the
No,
school,
we are
it's,
doing it. We are doing and we
I
are
get
sending
it.
emailers to schools and colleges.
yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So even if someone has not joined the People for Planet project, that is just to support them using these groups and give certificates and all. Anyone who has uploaded their observations within these 4 days in those in that area will be counted. So even if they're not registered here. And again, one more thing, like uh, we had our internal target of getting at least 200 volunteers for this event. So far we have not even been able to reach to half of them. So I encourage all of you to if you can get at least one more person, at least we'll get much closer to that. So I request all of you after the call, if possible, talk to your family members or friends, and just if they have any interest, or like if they want to join, please get them to the project.
What is the number now in the project?
Right now, I think this is somewhere around 75 or something like that.
It's
So,
82 in the website, and
Achha,
I
okay.
sent emailers to everyone to join. In the group, there are 60 people.
Okay. Yeah. So we are around 80 people. We need around 120 more. We are quite certain that we will reach that amount, but yeah, we want to eagerly see those numbers. Okay. Apart from that, one more thing I wanted to mention was that we will also have physical orientation sessions like the one we had online. Next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we'll decide on that date. So people from nearby areas or wherever if you want to come, you can come there, and we can physically show you how to upload these things on mobile and also. Anyone else have any questions?
Yes. Dr. here, Dr. Rakesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello everyone. Chitra Mam, namaste. Ram sir, namaste everyone. Hi. If there any chance to collaborate or to encourage to participate NGOs?
Yes, we have been trying to reach out to them. So if anyone is interested, we will be more than happy to partner with whoever is interested to help.
Sure, definitely. In Hyderabad, 2 different organizations, and they are working on climate change and environmental, and as well as they are one part of WWF. So let me introduce to Akbar bhai, kaise ho?
I'm good, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Anybody is invited to this program.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So you can add anybody. Just ask them to register for the program so that I can track them on I can add them into the group. So you can send the numbers also if they can if they are interested. You can do that. No issue.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very much. Chitra ma'am, thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
And also,
one more query. Yes, ma'am. Please go on.
I just wanted to let people know here, if they know of NGOs, they don't need to register through the WWF volunteer website. All they have to do is go and register, download iNet, go to the CNC Hyderabad and register, join the project there. That is critical. It's not about, this is just a way that we rope in our volunteers. But yes, all partner organizations, as many as we can rope, we'll be happy to, because after all, it's all one cause.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, just to reiterate, when we are whoever registered through WWF, the only thing we are doing additionally is just adding them to this group, and if they are having any issues and kind of pushing them or motivating or having these sessions or physical orientation sessions, and also via the certificates towards the end. So if the organizations, other NGOs want to partner, and like we can help the other organizations also to do the similar things. So yeah, our overall motivation is to get as many nature lovers on this platform and to contribute to the City Nature Challenge. Yes, Akbar sir, please go ahead.
So there is a query from Farida Mam. Should we upload our observation of the day on the same day or the last day or some other order?
We can do it anytime, basically. So like, it's totally up to you. As we were saying, that some people can just open the app and then they can click the observations from the app itself and they can do it. Or you can also, like just click the photos when you are outside, and then when you are back home, at that time you can upload it towards the end of the day. You can also do it on the last day, or even after last day, like let's say on second or third, 1 or 2 days after that you want to do. For example, you were busy on Sunday, on Monday you could not do. After 1 or 2 days also you can do. So that is totally fine. It is just that we will be able to see live on the leaders board, like how many observations we have done so far. So if you like, the sooner you upload, we'll be able to see those numbers reflected there. Yeah.
And meanwhile, we also try to send some of the guidebooks, PDF versions, to identify some of the species. Like we have some guidebooks on butterflies, and damselflies and dragonflies. So we try to send them so that you can, whenever you are trying to capture them, you can like try to identify them, and then you can upload the photographs. And yes, as Ram sir said, it's up to you, like whether you instantly upload the photograph or you can upload it later on. But my suggestion is like most flexible thing is to do is you capture as many photographs as you can on the spot. After that, you like segregate them. The best ones are the blurred ones, and then you upload only the best ones, so that our identifier also can like do their task on time. So what you need to do is like by May 2nd or 3rd, if you can upload your photographs into the CNC project, then if you are unable to identify the species, our volunteer people like our Chitra ma'am and Swarajji and everybody who are experts in this, they try to identify them. So you need not to think like that I should identify the species and then only I can upload the photographs. That is not the part. So everyone can upload their photographs. Then we will try to identify them from our end. And you can able to see the observations after that. So you also can learn from the identification thing, whatever identified in the website. Yes, ma'am. Farida ma'am.
Yeah, just one more thing to all the organizers, the core committee here, is that maybe an FAQ sheet must be prepared of what to do, what not to do, how to do, so that can start circulating to people who have joined.
Yeah.
As a reference, kind of reference point for them. If they are in doubt, they can refer to that sheet to solve their doubts. So as many as possible FAQs we can put. Maybe some of it will come from today's session itself.
Yes.
Also,
Also,
I would like Ram, you please ensure at least by 24th that everybody has an account.
yes,
and have
definitely.
at least a few observations in it. Okay.
Definitely.
That would be our first perspective. So once
Yes.
they reach that, then once they have at least uploaded few and have been comfortable, then they'll be ready for the challenge. That
Definitely.
is, my submission. Okay?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Yeah. So, and all the participants, you are also most welcome to join, kind of like help us in getting more things. Like, for example, we had a couple of ideas. For example, we can have a daily quiz where, some interesting questions about the observations, like, about let's say, whatever we observe around us, for example, some most common trees or butterflies, etc. And just putting some information about them also. So if anyone wants to help us, please contact Akbar sir or Farida ma'am or me, and then you can help us in getting this thing even more forward. Okay, so I think we are
And
towards the last couple
one
of
more
minutes.
request to participants. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. So please download iNaturalist app in your mobile and start taking photographs and uploading. And if you can like help us with your iNat ID, that would be more helpful for us. So please send your iNat IDs on WhatsApp so that we can have a note on it. And then we also frequently go to your ID and observe how you are doing, and we can give some suggestions and help you in the iNat app. So start observing and take the photographs. And even if you want to upload it, send it through WhatsApp also, you try not to send like a trial mail kind of photographs. Send 1 or 2 photographs, and whenever you have query, please feel free to ask in the group. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. So we are on the last couple of minutes. If anyone has doubt, please feel free to raise your hand or unmute and ask. But yeah, overall, I can see that today's session was really, really helpful. Thank you very much, Chitra Mam, for the wonderful session. Bas at Farida Mam and everyone. Also Swarachi, of course. And yeah, so I think the first thing right now, what we can get started with, as Akbas has said, please all of you ensure that you have the iNaturalist app downloaded. Start by making some observations around you and uploading them. And then we will have a few more resources available. For example, FAQs or about some biodiversity. For example, some common birds and common butterflies, etc. So whatever we can do, we'll provide you those resources, and then we'll connect you again. Most likely with on the next weekend, we'll have another orientation session. So we'll have a physical session. We might also have virtual session like this, but yeah, so right now 2 main things for all of you. Number 1, please download iNaturalist app and start observing. Number 2, please spread out this message to as many other people as possible, so that we can have even bigger number of people participating for the challenge.
And one query is there.
Yes, there was a question about why only those dates. Basically, this is the City Nature Challenge happens with, around those 4 days only. You are free to observe and upload your observations anytime before the CNC and after the CNC as well. It is just that those 4 days are kind of like global celebration of the urban biodiversity. So yeah, that's why these 4 days. Okay, so thank you everyone. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us, on WhatsApp, or you can give me a call directly, or any of us. And see you soon on our next activities. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay.
Thank you very much, Chitra Ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ram sir, Sriram Reddy sir, Sorochi, Kobita Ma'am, Farida Ma'am. Thanks everyone for joining this group and this session also. Thank you.